morning, Michael.
Hello, Howard. How nice to see you in here again.
Good to see you. Well, just really come in for a bit of a browse, but specifically, I've just seen a bird down the canal here I'd like to look up. I wonder if you had anything on wildlife at all.
Hungerford is a town which cherishes its history. The name of its best-known benefactor, John O'Gaunt, is still celebrated today. The town is known for some quaint old customs, for its antique shops, and for its fine old hotels. The Three Swans was one of the old coaching inns, and one of the many claims to fame the Bear Inn makes is that Charles I stayed there after fighting the Roundheads at Newbury. I've more reason than most to love this old canal because I live right along its banks.
All of this is common land.
Oh, yes. This is the Freeman's Marsh.
This is Freeman's Marsh.
Yes.
This was given to the people of Hungerford by John O'Gaunt in 1370. So here you have an area which belongs to the people of Hungerford.
Yes.
Its ecology hasn't changed very much in the last 700 years.
Yes.
There are a few more dogs out here.
Yes, I can imagine.
John O'Gaunt's time. But I mean, there are snipe out there.
Yes.
There are red shank out there, kingfishers and all the other waterfowl. And several different species of orchid.
I wonder, in fact, whether the opening of the canal from one end to another and giving the facility to people to be able to come and enjoy, perhaps people will suddenly realise that
it may happen. It may happen. You know, there are some people who go on the canals and like it because they love it. There are other people who go on canals because it's a holiday, and you can have a good booze up, you know, and how's your father, and a pub every night, and boom, 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 you know, radio's going full blast.
Yes.
That is really what people of our generation, well, my generation, are not accustomed to and do not want. This canal flows through really beautiful country. It's marshland, it's full of birds, it's full of all the wetland things. It really is beautiful. It is possible to open it and let everybody, or not everybody, but let those who want to enjoy it. It is possible, but we are fearful. I think it will be controlled eventually by physical things, like the amount of water available.
Yes.
You see, I think every boat passing through a lock takes with it about 50,000 gallons of water,
right.
And we're getting horribly short of water.
Yes, yes.
You can't ring up and order water.
You can't, no.
You can't help feeling when you walk by the canal of the wonderful and fearless perception of the people who made it to start with, which was, sounds corny, backbone of the British Empire. You know, it was those sort of people who did it. I mean, to think, well, I mean, we built motorways, but I mean, we've got all sorts of earth movers and all mechanical things, pick and shovel, horse and cart, from Bristol to London. How are you getting on?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal exercise, actually.
And keep it level. Check your bubble every day.
I'll bear that in mind.
That's right, my friend. Always check your bubble. If you had told the builders of this canal that they were creating a habitat, they would probably have looked somewhat puzzled. but that is what they have done. And many generations of animals and plants have thrived along these banks. On this revived waterway today, every care is taken to ensure their continued survival. A procession of untroubled little villages pass by now. Froxfield, Little Bedwin, Great Bedwin. They reach out and take us by the hand and proudly introduce us to rural Wiltshire. Here, the canal runs side by side with the famous old Great Western Railway. When the canal was built between 1788 and 1810, it benefited from the most advanced engineering of the age. The pumping station at Crofton houses the world's oldest working beam engines in steam, dating from 1812 and 1845, faithfully restored by the Canal Trust's enthusiasts. They pump water from the reservoir to top up the canal. And this man-made reservoir at Wilton Water is the true source of the canal waters. Fed by natural springs, it holds 7.5 million gallons of water to supply the canal and all those locks, each of which uses up to 80,000 gallons a time. Burbage, where Howard has a rendezvous with John and Mary Powell. They run the sub-post office in the village, but in their leisure hours, the canal is their chosen home. They've offered Howard a little detour, back a little way along the canal to see the Bruce Tunnel. The Bruce Tunnel travels for 500 yards beneath the lovely Savernake Forest near Marlborough. It was named in honour of two men who gave great support to the building of the canal, Thomas Bruce, Earl of Aylesbury, and his son, Charles Lord Bruce.
I gather you're the postmaster as well in this part of the world, John.
Afraid so for my sins.
Are there many of this type of boats on the canal, or is it more the narrow boat?
There's quite a few cabin cruisers, and then you get these cabin cruisers built. They're built of fiberglass like these, on the same models as the narrow boats, as is the wilderness boats, and there's a new company making fiberglass hull boat, very much like a narrow boat to look at. We've been boating must be 15 years. Yeah. This is our third boat. It's gradually gone up in state.
Another lovingly restored relic of times gone by and another landmark for canal people, the Burbage Wharf Crane. Here, between Wootton Rivers and Crofton Flight, some 40 miles on from the Thames, we've climbed